Welcome to Kaizen Media Africa. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification icon and like our videos. Leave a comment in the comments section.
What did I get wrong, or what do you disagree with me on?
Okay, so let me see. Now, I feel like Will wasn't 100% wrong. Now, you talk about his mental state, but we have to understand that he is a human being, number one. He is a man, number two. Okay. And that being said, we look at him as an actor. We see this person, we believe that we know these people's lives oh so well, and we really don't. This is their jobs. This is what they do. Okay. Him and his wife, we don't know what's going on between them. We don't know the hurt that this woman has behind losing her hair. Okay. No one knows how this woman is feeling when she's reaching for her hair.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. So if Will Smith would have shot Chris Rock, would that have been okay?
See, that's a little extreme, Kevin.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why isn't it?
Well, first off, you didn't answer my question.
No, it wouldn't have been right.
Okay, so there is a line that would have been wrong.
Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying there is a line where you would say something is definitely wrong.
Yes.
All right. Where is that line?
I would say the line would be the disrespect.
No.
The blatant
No, where is the no. Where is the okay? There you say a slap is permissible, but murder isn't. So where is the line between slap and murder? Where does it cross?
Well, there's a huge line. I'm sorry.
Where? About where though? About where? Where would Will Smith? What should he? There has to be something between those two because you said it's extreme. Okay, where's the dividing line?
I would say the dividing line would be, once again, I don't know his thoughts. No one knows what was going on.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, let me be more clear. What is the action? What is the action that will be the dividing line?
The action that would be the dividing line will probably be a slap as opposed to a gun. That's the opposing line.
Okay, but I want to be fair. You said that's a bit extreme, okay? You said that's a bit extreme, Kevin, and I said, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the next step then? Because if a gun is extreme and a slap is permissible, what if he'd have punched him? Would that have been okay?
Actually, I thought he did punch you.
Okay, what if he would have punched him 3 times?
What I can't understand is, people, I mean, it's like, we have to still understand. I see where you're going with this, Kevin, and I have great respect for you. My son is a huge fan. He's your little mini me. But anyway, and I thank you for that. I just want to throw that out there. But let me just say this. We don't understand what's going on in people's, like you mentioned, mental health. That's a real issue in the Black community that isn't being addressed as it should be. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But what you also have to understand is you can only take so much on this journey.
But ma'am, we're roughly the same age. And what you didn't say is what we both know.
What's that?
The line is when you decide to put your hands on somebody.
Oh, well, yeah.
But you're saying that now, but you can't say that and then saying slapping is acceptable.
Kevin, if you were disciplining your children, slapping them as a
ma'am, this is not disciplining my child. This is no different than when somebody's on public versus private property. You can't go apples and oranges. All the mental health and everything else is fine. Because it's
not apples and oranges?
Because it's 2 different arguments, man. We're old enough to be able to hold 2 separate thoughts. We can't. So if you're saying a gun shooting him is too far, but a slap is okay, no, both of them are wrong.
I don't agree.
Really?
I don't agree.
The law calls it assault.
Yeah, and a gun is murdering somebody is shooting someone is murder.
Right, and hold on, man. But if you went to jail, or if you got arrested and you were held accountable for those crimes, would you be punished the same for a slap or murder?
Absolutely not. You and I both
Because
know
one
that,
is more extreme than the other, but they're both crimes,
Kevin.
ma'am. No, okay, that's simple logic, ma'am. It's simple logic.
It's simple, but it's not.
It is. It is very simple, man.
Simple for
Because
who?
it's simple for the fact that would Will Smith have walked up there and done the same to Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I don't know. Who knows?
You damn right he
Maybe
wouldn't have,
would
because you damn right he wouldn't have, because the Rock
Now,
would
the
have.
response
Excuse
would
me,
have been
hold on. You can't
different from The
overtalk me. You
Rock,
can't
as it
overtalk me. You can't
was.
overtalk me. You can't overtalk me. Nope.
I apologize.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson would have beat his monkey ass.
Well,
So what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand is you're arguing in your emotion, but it doesn't make logical sense. Make it make logical sense.
well, you want me to make it logical sense, Kevin?
Yeah.
And the logical sense for me would be I don't see where Will Smith was wrong. I see where Chris Rock was being very disrespectful. This is my take on it. Every human being has their own take. We don't know what was going on. These are these people's lives. All we're doing is forming an opinion.
Well, no, ma'am. This is where we don't. We live in a country, in a society of laws, where we sit down as a populace and determine right, wrong. And we have sat down in society and said, when you decide to put your hands on somebody else, your rights stop where mine start. When you do that, we've decided that's against the law. Therefore, all that we are human beings stuff stops, because we can apply that to anything. You got a house, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in a bad way. I'm going through a lot of shit. It's hard out here for a pimp. So I decided to break in your house and take all your shit. I ain't had sex in a long time. It's hard out here for a pimp. So you know what? I'm a little hard up, a little horny. So I roll up on you and knock you in the back of your head, and whatever happened. Oh, those things will make very common, clear sense. But when we put it as slap versus disrespect, that's gray. Come on, man. It's against the law.
Well, Kevin, let's not forget we didn't write the laws. That's number
Will
one.
Smith signed
Okay.
Will Smith is a member of the Academy. He signed a contract that has code of conduct. They're not
Clearly,
supposed to do anything
conduct.
that's supposed to make the Academy look bad. If you look, ma'am, you're trying to argue a point instead of just saying
You
Will
wanted
was.
somebody to disagree
I
with you.
do, but I want you to understand why you can feel one thing, but if okay, let me ask you this: what would the world look like if if the world operated according to your way? When people just act on how they feel once they've crossed the line, what would society look like?
It would look exactly like it's looking right now today, Kevin. It would look exactly. It would mirror.
I think you're being a little hyper. What state do you live in?
I live in California. I live in Marin City, California.
I think you're being very hyperbolic. We don't live in a society like that. A society like that, you couldn't even. It's called The Purge. You ever see that movie called The Purge?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what. Okay, or you ever see The Walking Dead or something like that? Ma'am, you're being no. You don't live in a world where people can just do what the hell they want to.
Well, in a sense, they do.
No, not in a sense. They don't, because they fear the law. Will Smith walked up to another black man who's a family man, who has children, who has a mother and father, who has fans. This is Chris Rock we're talking about.
Yeah.
And he went and open slapped him. And you're saying that we don't know what Will Smith is going through. We don't have to know. That was I don't understand why you're saying we should understand Will Smith when that's wrong.
And I don't understand why Chris Rock didn't get his lick back. That's what I don't understand. But that's a whole nother subject for me.
So you really don't see an issue with what Will Smith did?
Not at that moment. No.
What does
Because
that mean at that moment? What does that mean at that moment? Hold on. When you say at that moment, what do you mean?
I mean, just the heat of the moment.
Okay.
He's looking at his wife pissed off.
How old is your son?
My son is 19.
19.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful time. Also dangerous time for us as young
black men. Hold on.
You just cut me off. No. That's not. We don't do that. We don't do that, man. That's one thing I do not allow ever.
Okay.
That's just disrespectful. Now you gotta.
I apologize.
Beautiful time for a young black. Beautiful time, but also a dangerous time for a young black man, especially in California.
You're right.
If a young black man, when your son were having an argument, and the other decide to take your son's life, just in the heat of the moment, would you? I mean, come on, man, you can't make that.
But, absolutely not.
Okay, but that's where that ends, though, ma'am. You said Chris should have got his lick back, and then where does that end?
See, can I? Do you mind?
Go ahead. Where does it end?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let me say this. This generation, as you and I are in the same age bracket, this generation has no idea what it means to fist fight. They don't do that anymore. So if it's a slap, I prefer a slap than a bullet any day of the week. So,
but man, we're talking about the Oscars. We're not talking about on the basketball court.
What does that mean? Because you're in a.
What does it mean? What does it mean, ma'am? Okay, no disrespect, ma'am, but there's one thing where men are competing or such and so forth. There's another thing where a man just said, "Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see you." And Will Smith throws his head back in an open belly laugh. You did see that, right?
Yeah, it wasn't an open belly laugh.
It was, it threw his head back. Ha ha ha! Ma'am, this has been, trust me, I don't just get up here and say stuff. Okay. He laughed, threw his head back. Ha ha ha. Okay. And then he goes and walks up and slaps a man. That's not a fight. Will Smith didn't have a problem with it initially until he saw his wife's response. And then he decided to go attack another man on her behalf. So he said.
So.
Would you want your husband to do the same?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you better slap him twice.
Okay. So I hear you. And you'll be willing to visit your husband in the penitentiary and lose all that money and resources and everything else, and you'd stay with him.
Allow someone to blatantly, publicly.
Excuse me, ma'am. You would stay with him through the legal process, through the loss of property, through anything that came with it. You'd stay with him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, ma'am. I don't understand. So I don't get why y'all say disrespect. He told a G.I. Jane joke. What you said that's disrespect to the point that we should allow assault?
He did what he did.
No, that's not what I asked.
You're asking me about someone else?
Yeah, because you're saying that. So, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I'll be honest. Are you married, by the way?
I'm sorry.
Did you say you were married or not?
Yes.
Women who think like you are dangerous for men, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the reason Will behaved in the way he did is because Jada supports that kind of stuff. After all, she was down for Tupac. You're talking about two megastar black men being reduced to a slap and fisticuffs over a benign joke.
So Who's the joke on now?
Black men. We look like some goddamn fools.
Or do we look like protectors?
No, we look like fools. We look like fools. This Will Smith.
We look like fools to
excuse
who?
me, man. To the world.
To
The
each
man,
other?
excuse me,
Because
ma'am.
that's all that matters.
Why do you think okay, I want you to understand. Why do you think I'm going so hard for this? This man, Will Smith, and his wife have had a interesting relationship. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
She openly called her husband to Red Table Talk to discuss an entanglement with her son's friend who was a junkie.
Mm-hmm.
That's disrespectful.
You're absolutely right.
Where was the smoke for Jada? Where was the smoke for August? Where was the smoke for any of that? Chris Rock, a friend, a colleague, a Will Smith made a joke about Jada, love you, G.I. Jane, can't wait to see you. He didn't say, hey, Jada, how does August taste or feel? Or he didn't say anything like that. It was not disrespectful. It was about as benign of a joke as you can get.
Can I please?
Go ahead.
It's only disrespectful to the person that's feeling disrespected. Now,
that's what comedians do, ma'am. That's what comedians do, though, ma'am. That's what comedians do. Okay, ma'am. Can we agree, though, on one thing?
What's that?
Is that not what comedians do? That's their job description. That's their job description. There's a thin line. There's no thin line. No, man. No. Absolutely not. There is no thin line. If you watch the Kings of Comedy, Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Cedric Entertainer, and D.L. Hewley, he made his name on roasting the audience. Mm-hmm. Ma'am, if you are in the Oscars, they bring comedians there to pierce the ego. That's why they're there. Have you ever asked why the Oscars is hosted by comedians? They do it to not take themselves so seriously. That's the purpose. Chris Rock was at work doing what comedians are supposed to do, poking fun and making light of things that you and I can't do. Well, who even knows if he knew that woman had alopecia? How about this? If she didn't have alopecia, would it be disrespectful?
Kevin, honestly.
Answer that question. Be fair. Okay. Would it be fair if she just cut her hair off? Would it be disrespectful? If she cut her hair off, would it be disrespectful? Huh?
Any low blow.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Comedians. If she didn't have alopecia, would it be disrespect?
Yes.
So
if it made her feel uncomfortable, if it made her feel like that inside of herself and her husband felt that energy from his wife, yes. It was disrespectful.
I need you to understand. I'm trying to be serious here, ma'am. Are you listening? Are you listening to what coming out of your mouth? You're saying that comedians have to calibrate their humor based upon people's potential up and down feelings at any one given moment.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Either you're going to, up and down people's feelings, or you're going to get slapped. You never know what may come your way. They've had comedians, people throwing stuff at the comedians on the stage. It's only so much that people, you can't do that to people and laugh it off.
Shit, ma'am. These people come to the, oh no, ma'am, absolutely not. This is crazy. Ma'am, it's not like these women, it's not like she was forced to come. She didn't have to attend.
Yeah.
She's been at these things. See, y'all, and I want you guys to understand, this is how far many women, black women in particular, will go to defend black women.
And what's wrong with that?
Because you're not above God. You're not above the law. What the French toast is wrong with y'all?
Wait a minute. We all we got,
You're
Kevin.
not. If this is what it is, we don't need you.
How could you not need us?
Because this is dangerous to us as men.
Okay, then what's your alternative? someone who doesn't look like you, know you, or even.
Have you been watching my show?
Oh, yes, I have. My son has me hooked.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you think Jada Pinkett Smith is the ideal wife for a black man?
She's the average wife for a black man in 2022.
Y'all better pay attention. I want you to understand.
Think so?
Ma'am, I'm gonna go there.
This is
excuse me, man. Hold on, whoa, check that shit. Now, hold on. Wait, I'll let you rock, but you won't do that to me. This is who's raising these girls. I want you to understand. This is who's raising these girls. This is their mama. Sir, whoever you are is my fan. Your mama's out of her damn mind. You out of your motherfucking mind.
Kevin.
Ma'am, we don't need women who think like this. That you get up here and put a battery in your back and you assault somebody just because they told a joke.
See, you're taking it too lightly.
I'm not taking it too lightly. I'm taking it the fact that, ma'am, it's not like they were walking down the street and somebody said, damn, your wife got a ball in head. We're talking about two, no, don't overtalk me. We're talking about two public figures, two stars. And Jada Pinkett Smith is known for putting her business out there. I'm not taking it too lightly. You're taking this shit too seriously. If they were that insulted, why didn't they get up and leave?
Kevin.
Why didn't they get up and leave?
See, I don't know why. But like I said in the beginning, I don't disagree with what he did. And I don't believe I'm out of my mind. And this,
you want your son to risk his freedom.
I just feel like.
So you want your son. So you would want your son to risk. You would want your son to risk his freedom and his acquisition and everything else, and for something like this.
May I?
Yes.
Okay. That's not the point I'm trying
to. Yes,
it
is. That's the point I'm asking. Chris Rock, Will Smith is someone's son, just like Chris Rock. Would you want your son to risk his freedom?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why?
But would I want my son to not defend his family and his wife and be disrespected in front of people that hate your people, and you're gonna sit up here and
wait a minute, whoa. What are you making? You're making this, okay, ma'am. Absolutely. You're making this a black and white issue.
And I will not. I will.
Now. See, I want you to understand, people. This is who's raising these girls, and this is why they are so. Nope. This is why they are so. This is why they are so out. No, ma'am. This is who.
Don't do that.
Oh, I will do that. Trust me, I will do that. This is who's raising these girls. She has made this a black and white issue, a racial issue. This is a black man telling a joke about a black woman who's a celebrity, and you're making it everything it does. They will go to this length other than hold black women accountable. And they want you to jump out of the window and do this shit.
Not true.
You just said, ma'am, I'll let the audience in the comments decide. Ma'am, I'll let the audience in the comments decide.
And you know what? It's okay.
Of course it is. Because you don't have to pay the consequences for your foolishness. A black man would. Your husband would. Your son would. See, black men, it's okay because you're the one that'll be dead. You're the one that'll be in jail. And women like her will be out doing what the French toast they're doing.
Not true.
Yes, true. Let your lying ears determine the truth of what you just heard.
Once again, we can agree to disagree, and it's okay. I'm sure everything in the Smith family will be all right.
What about the Rock family?
I'm sure,
So if the Rock family felt some kind of way, what if okay, let's just play it your way. What if Miss Rock said, you know what? It's all fair. Will smacked you. So I'm gonna go shoot Will because he disrespected my husband, my ex-husband. That's my family. We'd be all right with that?
Well, then we got a murder mystery popping off.
No murder mystery. She walks up and no murder mystery. She walks up and caps Will.
Yeah.
And it's all fair play, right?
Kevin, why do you have to go to the extreme?
Because sometimes, I'll tell you why I go to the extreme. Because it's the only way to get some black women's attention.
Not true.
Ma'am, you just proved it.
You don't have to go to
You
the
just
extreme to get our attention.
okay, what does it end, ma'am? What does it end? You say it's disrespect to family. Okay, Chris Rock is a man. He got family.
Yeah.
You say he should have got his lick back. Okay, he getting his lick back. Oh, she getting her lick back. See, when you go violence, it never stops. And violence can escalate. And what you don't seem to want, what you don't want to seem to recognize is, ma'am, this was a petty infraction that you want to make a big global issue about protecting a black woman's ego and such. Jada Pinkett Smith is not a shrinking violet.
May I? May I?
Go ahead.
Okay. What would you have done, Kevin?
In which position?
Which
position?
Just give me one moment. Sitting at the Oscars with your wife, who's suffering a sickness.
You're asking me if I was Will Smith. You're asking me if I was Will Smith. What would I have done?
I was trying to give my.
Well, you've already. I mean, it's either one or the other, and we don't need the mom. I mean, we got another show. If I was Will Smith, what I would have done?
If you were Kevin, what would you have done?
Man, I would have let it ride.
Oh.
I would have let it ride because I'm Will motherfucking Smith. You're Jada Pinkett Smith. You got alopecia. He said, G.I. Jane, you ain't dying of pancreatic cancer. You're in a gorgeous green gown on the red carpet. He don't even know. Before I'm going to put my hands on a man, I'm going to know that it was an insult. He don't even know why, if Chris Rock knew his wife had alopecia. You don't know any of that stuff. You're just assuming it. But let's assume that Chris Rock knew she had alopecia. And Chris Rock was being malicious about it. Let's just assume that. Let's assume that Chris Rock is an evil, dirty motherfucker. I still would have let it ride because I'm Will motherfucking Smith. And when no, you asked me. And when I won my Oscar, I would have used my bully pulpit to make him look like a fool and to gain even more, and then highlight my wife and bring attention to the disease she's suffering from and bring awareness to it. See, we still forget we are of Malcolm and Martin, not this bullshit. There's a better way to handle this than violence, and I am not going to forget our people are above this shit. You can pipe this shit all you want to. We need better from us.
And I agree.
Then don't tell me, then you ask me what I would have done. Will Smith could have done that too. Man, he is an actor.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. It's an international TV. He is trained. These people have media people and PR. They're trained for this kind of stuff.
But he's a human.
You're so fucking what? That is not an excuse.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. And I want you guys to understand, these are the mothers. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. These are the mothers. Then deal with the motherfucking consequences. These are the mothers. I let this go so y'all can understand. These are the mothers. No logic, no reason, nothing. It's always my way or the highway. And you wonder why so many women fear their mama. You wonder why so many boys are confused. Nothing. There's a healthy debate, and then there's just foolishness.
So where's the foolishness?
The fact that there's nothing that will get you out the point that man should have kept his hands to himself. You keep going back to the fact that he's human. Well, if he's human, ma'am, then he should pay the consequence.
And what's that? Jail, or getting shot by.
Whatever it is, in your world, it's Hatfields and McCoys, man. In your world, it's Hatfields and McCoys. But I tell you what, I hope your black son has more sense than you sound like you got.
Welcome to Kaizen Media Africa. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification icon and like our videos. Leave a comment in the comments section.